Hello guys, how are you doing? It's Briggsboy here, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another of my football matchday vlogs for you guys to sit back and enjoy. So today's game is of course Rovers versus Hull City down at Ewood Park. So then, going into today's game against Hull City, I do think it has all the makings of a brilliant match. If we take a look at the league table at this moment in time, going into this afternoon's game, Hull City sit in 8th position. They have 40 points and are 6 points off the playoffs. Rovers, on the other hand, we have jumped 4 places up to 10th now, also with 40 points, 6 points off the playoffs. But Rovers' last match in the Championship was, of course, when we had Ipswich Town at home. Luckily, we prevailed in that game with a solid 2-0 win. I do think it was one of those games where it could have quite easily been 4 or 5. Hull City, on the other hand, are absolutely flying at this moment in time. They managed to get a 2-2 draw at Aston Villa away last weekend. They might have been a bit annoyed with themselves because, of course, they were 2-0 up. Villa pegged them back with 2 goals after that. But Hull City are on a brilliant run at this moment in time. Earlier on in the season, they were, of course, just outside that drop zone. They looked like they were really struggling, but Nigel Atkins and his team have managed to turn it around, and now they have gone on a bit of a run, like I say, and now they are just outside the playoffs. So there's no easy games in the Championship, we do know that, but Hull City, with the form that they are in, could be a very tough task for us at home today. So previous encounter with Hull City, of course, we played them at their place, the KCOM Stadium, back in August, and we did manage to pick up a 1-0 win. And it was a good game, to be fair. I enjoyed it. It was a good ground to go to, very nice stadium, and a good atmosphere as always. But from the away games that I've been to, I've got to say, back then Hull have probably been one of the poorest teams that I have seen this season. I know it's going to be a different case now with the good run of form that they are in, and the players are finally firing on all cylinders, so it'll be interesting to see the contrast between when we played them at their place and when we play them today. My thought is that it's going to be a much closer game, and they're going to give us a really good battle today. So Hull City have not been short of picking up the awards either. Of course, Nigel Atkins did win Manager of the Month recently, and Jared Bowen, he picked up the Player of the Month likewise in that same month that Nigel Atkins picked up his award. So I do think Jared Bowen is the player to watch today. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a goal. He's been bagging plenty. So, going into my score prediction for today's game, I'm going to go, interestingly, with a 2-1 Rovers win. I think that the goals today are going to come from Bradley Dack and then also Adam Armstrong. I think Armstrong's been on excellent form recently. As we know, he's managed to assist a couple of goals, get a couple himself, and he's certainly adapted well to life in the Championship. Bradley Dack, on the other hand, we've not seen him bag in quite a few games, so I think today could be the day. It will be interesting, though, to see the team sheet that Mowbray puts out, because, as we know, Jack Rodwell has been amazing in centre-back recently, but with Charlie Mulgrew being fit, who is he going to play? He's obviously not going to drop Lenihan because he's been scoring and keeping it very tight at the back. Likewise, with Bennett and Nian being that right-back position, not sure what he's going to do there, but I would expect Amari Bell to stay left-back. I thought he had a really good game against Ipswich last weekend. And then it comes into who you're going to play in the centre-mid roles, of course, with Travis and Reed doing really well over recent games. And then, of course, Joe Nuttall getting 2 in 2. Could we see him make a start today and possibly add to that tally against Hull City? So it will be interesting. But let's move on to the team selection that I'm going for this game and see what you guys think of that. So then, this is the lineup that I have gone for today's game against Hull City. In goal, we have David Raya, of course. In the right-back position, I have this time gone with Elliot Bennett, with the left-back being Amari Bell. 2 centre-backs, this was a tough one, but for this game, I have gone with Lenihan and Rodwell. Right centre-mid, I have stuck with that partnership of Lewis Travis with Harrison Reed in left centre-mid. Right mid for this game, I've gone with Joe Rothwell. Left mid, we've got Adam Armstrong, of course, he's been on fire in recent matches. The centre attacking mid, of course, Bradley Dack, and then the striker, Danny Graham. So as I say, today is definitely going to be a tough test, tougher than last weekend's match against Ipswich Town. Hull have won 7 of their last 9 league matches, staying unbeaten during that run. So it is going to be a very tough test for us to keep that good record at home at Ewood Park and pick up the 3 points today. But Hull have been busy in the transfer window as well this month, bringing in Mark Pugh from Bournemouth on loan until the end of the season. A good addition to the squad. He usually plays in left mid or also in the centre. He's going to solidify that team and give them more options in midfield. But Rovers have been busy as well, loaning out quite a few players. Most recently, Paul Down in the centre-back that we signed last season. Did a brilliant job in League One. Not had that many chances. I think he's only made 4 appearances in all competitions this season for us. But Mowbray said he'd much rather have him loaned out getting consistent game time where, you know, he's guaranteed a first team spot than being, you know, the 3rd, 4th choice centre-back in our team. But that is everything covered in the build-up to today's weekend clash against Hull City at home at Ewood Park. I'm very much looking forward to this game. So there we go then, I am back from today's game against Hull and it is another win, 4 wins on the trot, and what a start to 2019 it has been. We've picked up some brilliant results and it means that we push ourselves ever so closer to that playoff spot. It was good to see Jack Rodwell getting a goal today. Firstly, I think he was solid at the back again. Him and Lenihan have built up a really good partnership over the last few games, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Mulgrew there, whether he does get put back in or left out, because, I mean, I know Mulgrew is a good player and he has done a lot for the club, but at the end of the day, you're not going to disrupt that defence by making changes to it if it is that solid. Today's game was actually the hardest one to choose the man of the match for. Harrison Reed rightly got it. He got himself a goal. He played really well. But as you guys can probably tell during this vlog, I've unfortunately not been able to talk to any supporters. Now, I absolutely love doing this where I chat to supporters. I think it's, you know, it gets the fans involved. I really enjoy talking to them. But the issue is I was spending quite a lot of time outside today asking people, and the vast majority either just weren't interested or, you know, they were camera shy, which is understandable, or they didn't want to be filmed. That is totally fine. But I think if this is going to work and work effectively, especially for home games, because I don't think away will be that much of an issue. I think fans will be more willing to, you know, get on the channel and speak. I think for home games in particular, people need to, you know, actually confront me, speak to me, and that way get on the channel. I mean, I try and make myself known where I am. I try and make sure supporters know where I'll be, what questions I'll be asking. But despite that, I've really enjoyed today. It's been a really good performance from the boys, and it moves on nicely to our next game, which is Brentford away. I am going to it, and you're probably going to think I'm a little bit mad for this because I'm going to the game by myself. All that long coach journey, sat on me lonesome, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a brilliant game. After that, we of course have Bristol City at home and then Reading away. I'm going to Reading away as well, so we've got quite a few away games coming up. As you know, I love away games, so I'll be looking forward to whapping the vlogs back out for them and getting regular content up on the channel. Like I say, apologies I couldn't speak to any fans today, but I'm hoping this is something that's going to be resolved, and for the home games we're going to get more people that are willing to come up to me, get on the channel, say a few little words. It doesn't have to be ages. It could literally be that you just come and talk to me and, you know, give your score prediction, who you think's going to score. That's absolutely fine. As long as I'm speaking to enough people that can make the vlog worthwhile, then we've got no problems there. So it's not my fault really, guys. The fans need to... Blackburn Rovers fans need to kind of get themselves involved if they want these vlogs to be more productive, be longer, have more in them. instead of me just chatting for the whole vlog, which I suppose isn't really that interesting. You guys want to hear other fans' perspective on things, so I'm hoping this can be resolved and, you know, the next few vlogs are much better. Brentford away will be. There'll be some match action, I'll be chatting to fans, there'll be all the build up to that, there'll be the travelling there, so that's certainly going to be a long one and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But yeah, good way to end the vlog. A brilliant 3-0 win. Hull City weren't much of a match for us today, and they will probably be very disappointed heading back to Yorkshire with that result. They've slipped down to 12th in the table now, and we have climbed up that ever so slightly to the playoff area. So happy days. Before I do go, make sure to give my Twitter account a follow. That is at BriggsyBoyYT. And also my Instagram account, which is nat_Briggs17. I post exclusive matchday photos, videos, and plenty of other views on my Instagram and Twitter for you guys to enjoy. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I am trying to hit 3,000 before the end of the season in May, so every single subscriber helps. And finally, one last thing from me, guys. You might have heard of the Bolton vlogger Stunt Peg before. Well, video creator. She creates some really good stuff over there. I've done a couple of her videos in the past. Most recently, when Blackburn played Bolton away, I was on the intro for that, you might have seen. I'm helping out on another video for her, which is going to go up on the channel soon, I think. So make sure to give that a view. Subscribe to her while she's there. But maybe put in the comments, Briggsy Boy sent me over. That would be very nice to know that you guys are supporting a fellow vlogger that does produce very good content. So make sure to check that video out when it is up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, brilliant win for Rovers. Couldn't be happier. And I'll see you guys next time for Brentford away. See you in a bit.